The Ladies Circle.
Brought to you by Yaz Sanitary Pad,
Onga, Yumvita,
MTN, Cowbell, Our Milk.
We dey work hard, so we dey play hard. Talk about touchy issues. No time to stress on. Ladies Circle. Yeah, this is.
Oh, okay.
I see you watching my waistline. Tick-tock, me not go waste time. You loving the way that my clock winds.
Well, it's always a good idea to tune in to the Ladies Circle every Saturday evening, 6 p.m., top of the hour. You don't want to miss it. As always, this is going to be a fantastic episode. I mean, did you see the energy that we started this episode with? That means it's going to be a fun ride from now until the next hour. My name is Sika. I'll say one of your favorite ladies here on the Ladies Circle. And of course, I'm doing it with the beautiful Helen Apia Ampofu. Give them a little shake, a little shimmer.
A little shake.
That's right. And of course, our new baby joining the Ladies Circle. It is Regina Van Helbert. Now, listen, we are going into April. It's all about Easter. We've done the Ghana month. It's been great. We've celebrated our motherland, Ghana. I don't know if there was a lot to celebrate, but we did it anyway. And now it's about getting into the April, the Easter spirit. How are we feeling, ladies? Are we ready for a new month? Are we re-energized, revitalized for this new month?
Oh, I am fired up for April. I can't wait to turn 25 on the 15th of April, as I do every single year. Oh, I think you said it. But I mean, April is my birth month, so I love April. It's also the birthdays of like two of my best friends, my sister, my nephew, literally everybody who matters. So I'm in that spirit. You know how we get during our birth month? I'm very excited because, we're aging, but the alternative to aging is death, and I want to be here for a long time. So I'm feeling good. I'm feeling great.
Forever young. What about you, Regina?
Well, my outfit says it all. Blue means love, so I'm feeling loved and I'm ready to spread a lot of love. I mean, it's Easter, like you said, and it's a time for us to show love and, just be nice to people. So I'm just ready to do that.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, in spreading the love, send us a little momo on the side.
A little something on the side.
I love it. It's birthday month after all. Send her a little
ladies,
something.
I dropped that hint purposefully.
I got you.
But let's say thank you to some companies who never leave us lacking, okay? They keep the bank account going and we're super, super grateful. Thank you so much to Yaz, Sanitary Pad, Glutha White, and also to MTN.
And a very big thank you going out to Woodine and Tasty Tom. Thank you so much for being a part of the Ladies Circle.
That's right. I'm sure you're sick and tired of hearing about all our sponsors. Listen, Ladies Circle, we have heavyweight sponsors, and every day another one comes to support the ladies, and we're so grateful. So Yumvita as well as Cowbell, thank you for adding to this huge family here on the Ladies Circle.
Well, you know how we do, and it's Saturday evening, 6 p.m., and it's time for the Ladies Circle. We like to mix it up with our guests, give you a plethora of babes, okay, to enjoy. Our guest this evening is not only super talented, very beautiful. She's a songstress whose voice can melt literally any heart. I'll stop rambling now. Take a look at her profile.
Feli Nuna, born Felicia Nuna Akosua Tawia on May 20th, is a multifaceted Ghanaian artist known for her prowess in rap, singing, songwriting, directing, and producing. Feli's journey into the music industry began with her schooling at the University of Ghana, where she pursued English, technology, and psychology, earning a Bachelor of Arts degree. Her career took flight in 2012, when she signed her first record deal with Lynx Entertainment under the name Feli. Despite releasing her debut single, Ghana Girl Swag, personal reasons led to her temporary hiatus. Resilient and rebranded as Feli Nuna, she resurfaced in 2015 under Beehive Entertainment, showcasing her talent with the hit single I Like 'Em. Feli Nuna's performances have graced both local and international stages, including prestigious events such as the Ghana Music Awards nominees concert and the Yaws Foundation show in Gambia. With her blend of rap and singing prowess, coupled with her dynamic stage presence, Feli Nuna continues to captivate audiences, solidifying her position as a rising star in the Ghanaian music scene. Feli, welcome to the Ladies Circle.
Well, let's welcome up onto the Ladies Circle stage, fully clothed, might I add, Feli Nuna. Your design, so be confident and show off how truly African you are. Go to a Woodine retail shop near you today and choose from a variety of trendy products to complement your unique style. Of course, you can follow them on the socials, find them on X, on Facebook, and also on Instagram. Woodine is still the creator. On that note, we'll go on a very quick break. When we come back, there's more music, more conversation, more dancing, more games, everything and anything you could possibly want. Don't go too far. We will be right back.
The way that you stop, I go wrong, girl, find another lover. Make you shout for the rooftop, that I'm your only girl.
Yeah, this is Lady Circle.
Many thanks to Yas Sanitary Pad, MTN, Yamvita, Onga,
Cowbell, Our Milk.
Tell me, friend, what's up? When I mention your name, I don't hear you.
Well, if you've just joined us, this is, of course, the Lady Circle. Thank you so much for sticking and staying or tuning in. If you've just joined us, actually, well, you're just in time for the meat of the discussion, which we love to have here on the Lady Circle. I know some of you tune in for the fun and the games, but sometimes let's talk about important things first, which is what we're going to be doing with our guest. And today's topic, something that females love to talk about, relationships, marriage, remarriage, divorce, and everything in between. There is no secret that relationships are complex. And I think the higher you go on the ladder, the more complex it actually gets. True. So we want to talk about what makes it so difficult to navigate these spaces. Just recently, Hammer had mentioned that his first marriage, which was quite short-lived, was very unromantic and came with a lot of issues. And since I have a bevy of beautiful, intelligent ladies who are all in relationships, mind you, hallelujah.
Helen.
Well, we'll find out about that. We're hoping to have a personal, honest, candid conversation about what we're personally going through in relationships and how we think we can navigate it better as women. Maybe any advice for our male counterparts if they will listen. But please don't come and bite our heads. This is just a conversation for fun and for education. And hopefully we can all learn something along the way. So can we throw it to Feli and ask Feli, how's the love life going? Let's just throw you deep into that.
Throw me deep into the ocean.
And how is it going?
I can only swim 5 feet, by the way. Don't worry.
That's not too bad.
He'll be there to catch you.
Oh, yeah, actually he will. He's proven himself so many times, and I love that. I'm a one-man type of girl, relationship type of girl. I've always moved from relationship to relationship, very long relationships. I've been dating my current man. I don't even like to say boyfriend anymore because right now, but yeah, we've been dating for about 10 years now. Yes. He's been there right from the beginning, even before Feli Nuna became Feli Nuna. Like, he's been there. And it hasn't been easy. Yeah, I mean, we had the butterfly stage, like all the amazing goodness. And then we had our tough times when we're both growing up and having like very tight schedules and not seeing each other as much, traveling, even changing us as people. Yes, and I think right now we are in a good place.
To be fair, I would also want to know why you feel, because a lot of women feel the pressure to sort of graduate from girlfriend to fiance to wife very quickly. And you've been in this for 10 years, and I don't know if you're feeling pressured, but it's not a lot of ladies who will stay in a relationship for 10 years and still be like, nah, we're in a good place.
And
so we want to
know. Do you want the marriage though?
Do you want the marriage?
I do, but I've always wanted to be in a place mentally before I get married. So I don't give him pressure, he doesn't give me pressure. And we are kind of like best friends. We are intertwined in each other's lives. Our families know each other. Our families are pretty much family at this point. I'm not one who is like the traditional type of woman. Yeah, I mean, I would love to settle, have my home with my husband, have my kids eventually, but I'm doing a lot with work right now, and I don't want to neglect my home and my family. So I just want to make sure that I'm in the right space. We've committed to each other for this long, and we are really ready to continue our lives together. So
Yeah.
I like what he's doing. He's trying to see if you're ready for it. Because we've seen lots of videos on social media these days where men pop the question, a woman is like, no. And it's so embarrassing.
yeah, it is. I mean, you are supposed to test the waters. You're supposed to know where your partner's mind is at before you ask. And you don't go and do some public proposal and scar yourself for life. Right now that there's the internet, that thing will haunt you for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
That is so true. That is
Can we talk about, I mean, we can go across the table about relationships that we feel have worked for us and what we felt were the reasons why they actually worked for us and why they didn't. Helen?
I mean, I would say, well, I'm a single ass. Hello.
Is this here you come to sell your market? Is this here you coming to sell your market?
Listen, I've learned so much along the way in my course of dating, right? Of dating men, right? And the things that were important to me in my 20s are not important to me in my 30s. Listen, the biggest, or the most important relationship that you need to nurture is the one with yourself.
Yeah.
Right? And women, this is important because often women will pick a guy and fixate on him. This is the one I want.
Yes.
They won't look left, they won't look right, they won't even date around. And nobody is saying sleep with everybody you're dating.
Yeah.
But you want to test the waters because believe me, the men are testing the waters until you find somebody whose intentions align with yours. I think for women, we're quick to, again, attach to one guy and we're seeing potential. We're seeing, oh, the future. You have decided and you're projecting all of that onto this person.
Yes.
Sometimes you raise them on a pedestal. And what does that do? If somebody thinks that they're too good for you, they will start to look around. To my past self, right? I think you're glorious. Listen, you come as a whole, right? We hear other half, and I do like that sentiment. But without an other half, you're still a whole person. So you kind of step into your power, step into your confidence, such that if you meet somebody and they are wonderful, you still maintain your friendships with your friends. You still maintain your own life, your own hobbies. You don't then make it that you're living in their life, living in their world. That way, if things don't go well, these romantic relationships, you learn along the way, you lick your wounds, and then you pick yourself up, and then you go out there. If it is your desire to be romantically entangled, like most of us, as human beings, you want somebody else to witness your life, you know? You want somebody else who's like, you know, they're privy to your life. It's somebody that you can share your life stage with. Then you take your time, and then you find somebody who you can be with. Often, listen, Orashia will be team. If it takes forever until you find somebody who's going to be good to you, won't abuse you, forever is not a long time, trust me.
And maybe that's some of the reasons, or one of the reasons why some of divorce rates, let's say, are high. Because especially people who marry early, I think there have been studies that show that because they grow and they start to get to know themselves better and then realize that the relationships that they are in are not serving the people that they're becoming, then it leads to quite a bit of divorce, you know, happening, etc., etc. But what have you learned about yourself?
What have I learned about myself?
From the relationships you were doing in your teenage years to now in your 20s?
Oh, I think, so I go into relationships with very high expectations of the person that I'm dating. I want so much more. Sometimes it sounds very unrealistic. For instance, I mean, I grew up with a single mom, and so you're going for someone that you think can be like, play a fatherly role a bit. The person can be your therapist, a bit of your pastor in there, your best friend. And that
one person.
One person. You're looking for all these things in that one person. And so when you don't see it happening, you start getting disappointed because you are so fixated that this is what I want. If I'm not getting it, problem, there's a crack, and then you have to leave or you have to move on. But I have learned a very big lesson from it, that they're human beings. That person is not Jesus Christ. Come on. He's not coming to save you, you know. And so just I've realized I need to align my values with his. If we have similar things, similar goals, it helps the relationship grow. Also, there were times when I got in the relationship, I shut everybody out. You know, I feel like this is it, it's done. And then when problems start coming, you realize that you have just abandoned everyone that could have been there to help you, the people you could fall back on.
Yeah.
And so I've just realized that relationship, as soon as you get into it, the work actually starts. It's not for you to go to sleep. It's not for you to abandon everyone, but just keep those connections.
Yeah.
Sometimes you put too much pressure on your partner when you make him your everything and leave every other person.
That's right.
And so if he can't handle the pressure, he walks away.
Yeah.
You know, because get a life, girl. Like,
and it's daunting,
why
is
should I
it?
go to
Even
church
you,
for
think
you?
about the guys that you've been interested in, the ones that worshipped you. You start to feel pressure because
too much,
I think I'm
yeah.
just Helen.
It's
Don't put me
suffocating.
on a pedestal because the person that you're with also, you also want to be somebody that they're looking up to, that they feel is, you know, elevated.
Yes.
But if they can't look up to you because now you've raised them, you create an issue.
Yeah. Speaking, just piggybacking on what Regina said about being raised by a single mother, which is so interesting, how your upbringing actually affects your future relationships and how you view the person that you're with and want to be with. So I'm going to take it from a view of being in a marriage now and having a father that was absolutely amazing. Every time I cast my mind back on my childhood, my father was there.
See, every time I talk about your dad, I get goosebumps.
He did not miss a single game. He did not miss a single ear appointment, eye appointment, stomach appointment. He did not miss a single taking me to prom, etc., etc. Now I have this God of a father who literally in my head has taught me what a husband and a man should
look
be.
like, yeah.
And now I then look at my husband
And he's not taking
and I
you to
say,
prom.
he's not taking me to
dinner.
to dinners and restaurants. I mean, he does, but the thing is, I've obviously set the bar so high.
You know what,
in
Sika,
my head.
I resonate with that. My parents have been married for 50 years. And when I think about hands-on dads, that's why I get goosebumps. Like, I'm tearing up now. Like, my dad is awesome. There's nothing my dad wouldn't do for me. Till date, if my car breaks down, he drives me to 3 FM Sunrise. He'll wake up at 5 a.m. to make sure I don't miss
Taking
my
me
slot.
to set.
You feel me?
It's
so
crazy.
for me, that example is like, I want somebody who's about it.
Yeah.
You know what?
True.
And like I said, if I have
But
to
isn't
wait, I'll
it
wait.
unrealistic? It's so unfair.
Yeah.
Do you think your upbringing, the way you've been brought up, what you've seen as relationships, what you've seen as love, if you've even seen divorce, has maybe impacted the way you see marriage? Because like you're saying, 10 years, you don't have any pressure to get married. That's rare.
Yes.
Maybe something in your past is influencing that.
Well, I grew up with my mom mostly because my dad is an army officer or was an army officer. So he was always overseas, peacekeeping and living in Burma camp. And my mom raised me, but my dad used to come for vacations and all that. So I don't know if that's a factor, but like it's been love in the house. One thing that I always remind my boyfriend or my man about is my parents don't shout at each other. I've never heard them yell or never scream at each other. Like there's that love and that understanding.
Ladies, we actually contemplate the financial expectations or considerations when going into a relationship. Men actually consider that.
Yeah, they
and
do.
sometimes even determine whether they will hit on a girl based on whether they think they can afford
afford
to
it. Yes,
Yeah.
or not.
Listen,
But
men
do we
will go
as
into
women
debt
think about that?
trying to woo a woman. Men will go into debts trying to woo a woman just to get her attention. Like Sika said, because they're assessing, where do I expensive? I need to come with a bag. And then down the line, when it's not going well financially, you see that the mood shifts because, of course, men are wired that way. They're trying to problem solve. They're wired to be providers. So I think that's a big thing that in relationships women will attest to. The men will be honest. But the finances, not only is it something that they will be considering, and I think the older you get as a woman, you're also considering because you're thinking about children and stability. And women are naturally drawn to providers. But there's one thing about finances that I think make men go a bit crazy. When the finances are not great, they get mean.
Yeah.
Ooh, you guys,
It does it happen to you
moody.
women as well? Like, don't you?
Well,
also get
I know,
really
but you don't
moody when
take
you're
it
pregnant?
out. I don't take it out.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah,
you're not taking it
yeah,
out,
true,
but then
and that
Yeah.
means to protect, you know, the image of them being a provider means they might not fully share. Whereas you might be thinking, well, this month I'm not trying to, you know, spend your cash. Let's, you know, tone it down. I can help in this way, or maybe let me help with this, or I'll take care of this. And men are kind of like, no way, no way. And you see, it changes the mood of the relationship. So also gauging how a man is when the chips are down is important. You have to experience a man when he's financially down to also know how he's going to operate.
Yes.
It takes a confident man to actually come and tell you, Charlie, listen, I'm working on it. I'm in a tight spot. I'm getting it together. You see what I'm saying? Yeah.
But what I want us to also touch upon is, as women, if you understand where your men are or your partners are financially, do we start to consider what financial role we then have to start playing to support those men and our men? Do we consider that?
I definitely would consider that. I mean, I'm a helper. I like to help a lot, but the same way I like to help, I also expect that when I need help, my partner would be there for me. And so definitely it's something that I would always make sure, have a conversation. Are you okay? Do you need, you know, some assistance here? If you do, how can we figure it out? So that if I can help, then I'll do what I can. If we have to, you know, find other means to try and make the money for you to be able to figure out what you're doing. Or,
Does it make him look less in your eyes if he hasn't
why
got
should
it?
we? But when you're partner, no.
Yeah. Does it make you, if maybe for a while,
No, it
it's
doesn't.
been 6 months and it's not happening.
No,
The
but
business is lashing him.
If you see him making that
partners,
effort,
so
if you see
why
him,
should it be a
it's
problem?
different if he's just sitting at home and not doing anything. But sometimes life is like that.
Yeah.
When, if you see the effort, you know, him going out there to push for himself, sometimes he might not come.
That is motivation.
Yeah. Once he's doing that, I don't see any reason to look down on him.
The reason why I also asked about the financial thing is, I think also, I mean, I'm sure there's some sort of statistics or study about this, about women being better money managers than men are. And I mean, you can come for me or not. It's just that we are very forward thinking and future thinking. And obviously you have mothers with kids and things like that are always thinking, how do I provide for them? A lot of the times the men are in the moment when it comes to finances. And I think always assessing when it is critical to help when it comes to money, and women giving men money is very, very important. You need to know that, okay, this is a crucial element or a crucial juncture to help him, when sometimes the money may not be going to the right places and it may not be coming back the way it needs to come back. So we as women also need to be very smart with our money, especially now that the divorce rate is going up.
A stat
You have
for you.
Yes, please drop the stat.
I'll drop that stat.
But just a quick one, the divorce rate is going up. You're having a lot of women being left in the lurch.
Yes.
A lot of women understanding that, oh crap, I did not necessarily think about the financial elements of if this relationship did not work. Now what do I do?
Before Helen speaks, I want to just say this, just piggybacking off what she said. I personally don't give out loans that I cannot afford to lose.
Okay.
So that's the thing. And it's whoever it is, be my mom, dad, partner, sisters, brothers, best friend. I don't give out money that I cannot afford to lose. So if you're in a relationship and your partner needs money, you need to have enough to give. So you don't just go and carry all your money and then give to a guy. And that's what we find a lot of women doing. And then they end up divorcing and then they are left with nothing.
They're paying for weddings. They're paying for weddings themselves. They're paying for so many. They're paying for their own rings. Women are paying for so many things themselves.
No, so
it's hard out here.
Also, do you think people are marrying for the wrong reasons these days? Because look at the flashy weddings we see on social media. I see it sometimes like, oh, this gown will look good on me. I want this, you know. And I've heard people say things like, oh, he's very good in bed. I think that works for me. If I have that, I'm good. Some people also, they think just the values aligning is enough, and so they can get married. But really, what is the reason why you're getting into the relationship? And can it stand the test of time?
marriage is a hard institution to be in. Don't let anybody fool you. The glitz and glam that we see on social media is one day of the marriage. It's the day where, you know, there's frills and all this pageantry. And really, once that blows over and you get into the marriage itself, I think a lot of us come into the marriage with different ideas of what a marriage is based on our backgrounds and our upbringing and things like that. And not having a conversation and talking about, okay, when it comes to our marriage, what is it standing for? What is the purpose and the goal in which we're trying to achieve? And with no joint goal, you realize that you are literally on two different paths. And that is when this whole thing about being the same house but becoming roommates starts to happen. Because then you people start to forge two different goal paths. And you realize that you're at odds with each other. Because you don't even have the methodology and the process to which to achieve the goal.
So did you have this conversation before?
I did not. It's a conversation that I've had to have afterwards. And to be honest, sometimes it's hard to backtrack. At the end of it all, when all is said and done, what do we want our marriage to say? And are we in line with that? Because then that determines the decisions you make on money, decisions you make on children, decisions you make on how you're going to live, where you're going to live, and just basically every single thing. It literally, it's like a thread that ties it all together. But if your goals are divergent, my gosh,
It's going to be tough.
God
Right.
Listen.
Yes, it's not about how good he is in bed. Sometimes it's not even about how much money he's making. Because one minute he has the money, one minute he's not having the money. It really just has to do with, are we aligning on the purpose for which we are getting married? And if it's not, keep it moving.
Keep it moving. Now, this topic, I'm sure, if you gave us the entire weekend, we could drop gems and nuggets and, you know, Georgia about it. But we'll move on from relationships. Like I said in the beginning, it's the relationship with self that should also be paramount. So get closer to your own self. Introspection is key. But of course, Feli Nuna is still with us.
Feli Nuna.
Yes. What does that mean?
Ejoleme means fire day inside. So it's ejo. Ejo is ewe. It's fire. Yes, and leme is it's inside.
Ejoleme.
Fire day inside. So
inside.
simply put, it's lit.
All
day, every day.
You're always lit. I love your energy.
I love life.
We know that Towel was quite the banger. In fact, at the time you released it, you were on the ladies' circle. You came in your bathrobe and what?
People were like, is this girl crazy? I was going to wear my actual towel because that's what I'd been doing, like with my press runs. But they were like, ladies' circle, dear, you have to go and get bathrobe. So I had to go with the bathrobe, yes, with my head tied and everything. That was a very fun time.
How difficult or how easy is it to follow up from a banger like Towel, especially when it's been played a lot, it's made the waves, and you want to introduce some new music into the mix because you create great music.
Thank you. So after Towel, I released Bum Bum.
Bum Bum, that's right.
Yes, I released Bum Bum. And I never put pressure on myself because life and music has so many variables, and in the beginning, I used to put too much pressure on myself. So when I'm not in playlists, I'm not topping charts, my streams are not up, it stressed me. But for the past, let's say 3-4 years, I just take life as it is. I'm going to be doing music all my life. So I just take it a day at a time, as I said when I first sat in this seat. Go to the studio, do my admin work, because right now I'm an independent artist, guys. No label, I'm pushing myself, so it's a very big girl role to take. So just take it easy and just try the best that I can. Yeah, that's
well, something you've added to the repertoire is being a judge on the Big Girl Family
Definitely.
Dance competition. How has that been? Because in fact, tonight is the finale. And we've seen the families come and go all out with the dance moves. In fact, this year it's been crazy. The moves have been crazy. We've seen a lot. How has that journey been like?
Oh, it's been amazing. It's been very emotional for me, seeing families come and go, seeing them pour their hearts on the stage and to be able to make it to this big stage, you know, tonight. Like, it's really, really amazing for me. I've learned a lot from them. Sometimes I pick some dance moves as well and go and practice in my mirror so that I also incorporate it in my videos or in my performances. But being around the judges as well, Ziggy, Robert, it's been like, I've gained new friends as well. Being on this project, the crew is really good. So it's been great. It's been great. It's been great.
I want to know, what are some of the attributes you saw in the families that have come this far? What are some of the things you saw that you think kept them together and also kept them on track?
Commitment. Commitment. And that's the thing. That's the one thing about life. If you want to keep growing, you need to keep showing up for yourself.
Yeah.
And that's what I keep seeing week after week. They come, you actually see them taking our advice and do even better the next week. So it's just been commitment and that drive. And the fact that it's families. These are not random people living their lives and have come together to form a group. These are people who have been in each other's lives before and say, oh, let's come together and do something expressed by dance. And that's a really vulnerable place to be. And I love it. I love it. I've taken not taken a step back, but I've been working with younger artists now through my nonprofit. It's called the Start Project. So we've created a community, a hub for young artists, producers, cinematographers, videographers, photographers, engineers, just like the whole creative process for them to just come, learn, practice their skills, nurture their skills. We have mentors that teach them, they learn from each other. I learn from them. And currently we've produced an album. Yes, so we're currently working on the videos and we'll be unveiling them, and we would also open the slots for this year, and then other people will also sign up. So that's something I've been working on. It's been such a fulfilling journey for me to be able to do that for other artists. And I call it my playground because I'm playing with other artists, videographers, and I also direct as well. I direct some of my music videos, I edit. So it's good to also learn from them, also impart some knowledge onto them, and it's been great.
Feli brought the fire that has set the studio ablaze. We need to cool off a little bit. So let's go for a quick break. When we come back, we still have more on the Lady Circle.
Yeah, this is Lady Circle. Yeah, this is Lady Circle.
But welcome back. You're still watching the Lady Circle, and it is about to get intense. It's that time of the hour where we get to play games. Now, today's game is actually very, very complicated, but I'm sure my ladies are ready to play it, right? Are we ready?
Yeah.
Are we ready? Where's the energy?
Yes, let's do this.
I'm not used to playing with so many balls.
So you have a set of balls in
it's
front
daunting.
of you. You have to sandwich each ball between the caps and place it on the caps arranged on the table. You have 60 seconds to complete the task. The fastest person in the group wins.
3, 2, 1, go!
All right, come on, Feli. You got this coordination and patience. You're doing it. Vim.
No long talk. You're dealing with the God.
Do all. You just go on, Feli.
Put it on you like your favorite shade.
Yes. Oh my God.
When I'm dark and lovely, it told me move so godly, sweat dripping down your body.
It's okay, don't worry. All right.
To mommy, baby. Me and me, mon ami, feel it. To mommy, baby. Me and me, mon ami, screaming.
Last one.
It fell. Nice one.
I won't take this. I think Feli got it.
It fell. 3, 2, 1, and go.
Yeah. When I pull up, no.
Hey, the other now pushing me. Feli, you're supposed to be putting the balls there.
Feli, I'm gonna fire you.
I'm gonna fire you.
Please don't fire me.
I'm gonna fire you. I'm gonna fire you. I'm gonna fire you. More, Feli, feed me more.
Get it, girl. Win for us.
Feed me more.
Hey, two?
Hey, two at a time.
Let's go, girl. You can do it. Yeah, I see you. You killing it.
Give me an extra one.
Quenne. Ah.
Get into it.
Hey.
Get into it. Oh my goodness.
Madam. I can't
We can have one more.
No.
So we've won.
They won this round, so we have a tiebreaker.
Tiebreaker, yes.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
And it's obvious who was taking this one. Team wins, baby.
All right, so today's 5 things is all about tips to improving your relationship. Now, I know what comes to mind is a romantic relationship, and we talk about that all the time, but it can actually improve any kind of relationship you have. So please, pay attention.
Yes.
All right, number 1. Effective communication. Guys, I cannot stress enough how important communication is. In fact, it is key to find out how somebody communicates when they're angry, when they're sad, when they're happy, all the moods, so you know how they express themselves during different phases of their life. So keep that in mind. Number 2, mutual respect and support. You do me, I do you. You respect me, I respect you. Because respect goes both ways. And honestly, when people know that you respect them, respect what they stand for, who they are more, inclined to be nicer and do things for you. So make sure you do that. All right, number 3, quality time together. That's the only way you're really going to know who the other person is. I love spending quality time with my friends. I always say they bring so much joy in my life. Helen!
Hey, boo!
Yes, and of course, Regina is also doing the same these days, teaching me some dance moves.
Oh,
Feli,
yeah.
you can join the group.
I'd love to.
You can really join the group, but quality time is so important. You get to find out their likes, their dislikes, and really just get to know the person that you're in a relationship with. All right, commitment, growth, and compromise. Now, it seems like a lot, but I think these are 3 words that actually follow with each other. If you're committed to actually putting work in the relationship, you start to see that your partnership grows from strength to strength. And of course, compromise is so important. You're not always going to get it the way you want. Trust and transparency. My God, when trust is broken, everything is broken. So please, trust and transparency is the bedrock, as well as all these others when it comes to relationships. But once that trust is broken, I'm out. So definitely don't do that. And I think these are 5 solid tips on how to improve your relationships. All right?
Love
Yes.
that. Great tips. We're going to go on a quick break, but we'll let, of course, Feli do us the honors. Where's Feli's camera?
Okay.
All right, right there. Let the people know we need to pay some bills, but yenche.
Okay.
We'll be right back.
So as we would say in my mother tongue, ewe, milami adokwe trovireko, and we'll be right back.
Nice.
We can say, mwah.
Many thanks to Yas Sanitary Pad, MTN, Yamvita, Onga,
Cowbell, our milk.
And I knew that you would be returning to us. You always do. This is still the Lady Circle. Today we have Mama Feli Nuna in the house. And what a time we have had so far this evening. But we still have a little ways to go, a little more fun to have before we bid you farewell. Before we get into that part of the show where we're asking for the truth, though, a very big thank you to all of our sponsors: Yaz, Woodin, Onga, Tasty Tom, MTN, Cowbell, Yamvita, and of course, Gluther White.
All right, so it's time for Guilty or Not Guilty. It's a light-hearted games where we get to, delve into the lives of the ladies. Can I see your card? Moon wavy, moon wavy, moon wavy. Thank you. Okay, so first question is, have you ever felt marriage is overrated? Have I ever felt like it's... Guilty.
I'm sorry. Oh, Sika, talk to us. Marriage is beautiful.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing. Okay. Question number 2, have you ever felt pressure by family to marry?
No.
Pressure. The pressure is
It's getting
worse.
worse.
And it gets worse when you're
Auntie
hitting
Coco,
30.
good evening to you.
Have you ever felt divorce is never an option should you get married? Divorce is never an option. Listen, if there's domestic violence, honey, I am jumping out of that relationship.
Me too. I mean,
So, yeah.
if I don't
You
have
can just give me your card and you have no use for it today,
if I don't have a peace of mind, I have tried so many times to work on it.
Yeah.
And I mean, to no avail. I can't come and keep saying.
Have you ever thought of drafting a prenup as a public figure? Should you get married? A prenup.
Unless I'm giving you this my
Prenup.
suit.
I know.
And this my one shoe and that man now.
For here. Prenup.
For here.
Final one.
Okay.
Final one. Have you ever felt marriage and children could slow your career with an additional 2 years? If that slow your career?
I mean, that's why you should plan and you should take your time. So
Yeah.
that you don't get overwhelmed. But it's fact. It will slow your career. You would have to take time off. It's factual.
Guilty Not Guilty is always lit. This
Yeah,
one
it
was
is.
super
It
juicy,
is.
Regina.
Yes,
Thank
fire.
you for it. But Feli, you have so much going on. A new business, the clinic with the new artists, which, listen, I can't congratulate you enough. Seeing them in
Thank you.
action is awesome.
Thank
You're
you.
a beast.
We were there at one of the
Yeah.
video shoots. Yes,
Listen,
yes,
Feli
that's
is
really cool.
killing it. Of course, working on your own music.
Yes.
I mean, even social media in of itself is a
Yes.
job, and you're front and center. What else is on the horizon? And of course, Bigo has been keeping you very busy.
Yes.
But tonight, it all culminates as the finale is upon us. In just a few hours, we'll be crowning the winners
I
of
am
Bigo.
leaving right to the center stage. No, I actually wouldn't be at the center stage. It's going to be the families at the center stage. So come see them. Amazing journeys. Come and be a part of when we actually crown the winner. And 8 p.m. same time. Don't go nowhere. Get a snack, get a drink, get a bagel, and let's have a
Come
time.
on!
We're excited.
For those
That'll
of
be
you
awesome.
who continue to tune in every Saturday evening, 6 p.m. sharp, right here on TV3 to watch the ladies of the Lady Circle, we say thank you. We do not take your viewership for granted.
Yes.
So we do know that next week will be the same date, same time, same place, right here on the Lady Circle.
See, can I have one thank you to my
please,
stylist?
please, give your stylist a thank
Mahalia's
you.
collection. Thank you so much for always styling me and making me look beautiful. You guys, look, I'm taking you to one of these days.
I love this color on you.
Cash mama in the building.
Shopping spree on Regina. You people heard it here first. As for Helen and myself, Miami dear, couture. All right. On the next week. This has been the Lady